Alright, let's be real for a sec. Our world is changing at a pace we've never seen before. Our current systems of government, they're kinda like that old pair of jeans in the back of your closet. You know, the ones you used to love but now just don't seem to fit the way they used to. They might have been cool once, but now they're faded, don't quite fit, and have a few too many holes. It's like trying to run a modern app on a computer from the 90s. It just doesn't work. We're talking about a world drowning in data, where technology changes faster than you can update your Instagram feed. Every day, new innovations are emerging, and our old systems just can't keep up. The old ways just aren't cutting it anymore. We're stuck in traffic jams, dealing with outdated infrastructure, and working in environments that haven't evolved in decades. Think climate change, global pandemics, AI running wild? These aren't just future problems, they're happening right now, and our current systems are struggling to handle them. These are big, messy problems that ignore borders and laugh in the face of traditional politics. They require solutions that are as dynamic and interconnected as the challenges themselves. We need something new, something nimble, something, dare I say it, innovative. We need governance that can adapt, evolve, and respond to the rapid changes of our time. That, my friends, is where these new governance models come in. They're designed to be flexible, inclusive, and forward-thinking. They're like the shiny new outfit you've been eyeing. A bit risky, maybe a little extra, but hey, at least you'll turn heads. And who knows? They might just be exactly what we need to navigate the complexities of the modern world. First up, let's unpack this whole network state business. It's not as complicated as it sounds. I promise I've got you. Imagine a country that exists online and IRL, a digital meets physical mashup. Think of it like this. You've got your online community, right? Your tribe of like-minded folks who share memes, rant about the latest reality show, and maybe even organize a protest or two. Now imagine that community pooling its resources, buying land, and basically saying, we're a sovereign nation now. That's the network state in a nutshell. It's all about leveraging technology, shared values, and a bit of entrepreneurial spirit to create a new kind of nation. Next, we've got liquid democracy, which sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. But bear with me, it's actually pretty simple. Imagine direct democracy on steroids. Instead of electing someone to make decisions for you, and then complaining about them for the next 4 years, you get a direct say on every issue. But here's the kicker, you can delegate your vote to someone you trust if you don't feel like reading up on, say, the intricacies of agricultural subsidies. So you're still in control, but you've got the flexibility to outsource your decision-making to a mate who actually knows their onions. It's like having your cake and eating it too, but with fewer calories and more political engagement. Now for all you tech enthusiasts out there, let's talk technocracy. This one's a bit more controversial, I'll admit. Imagine a world where politicians are replaced by scientists, engineers, and basically anyone who can code their way out of a paper bag. The idea is that these folks, armed with data and logic, would be better equipped to tackle complex problems than, well, career politicians. It's a tempting thought, isn't it? No more campaign promises, just cold, hard facts and evidence-based policymaking. But of course, it's not that simple. Who gets to decide who the experts are? And what about things like ethics and values, which aren't always so easily quantifiable? It's a slippery slope, this one. Section 5, Participatory Budgeting, Your Money, Your Choice. Last but not least, we have participatory budgeting, which is exactly what it sounds like. You get a say in how your tax money is spent. Think of it like a giant town hall meeting, but instead of just shouting at each other, you're actually voting on concrete proposals. Want more green spaces in your neighborhood? Vote for it. Think the local library needs a makeover? Throw some cash at it. It's a way to make government more transparent, accountable, and dare I say it, a little less boring. Plus, it might just lead to fewer potholes and more public art installations. Win-win! Section 6. Network State versus the New Kids on the Block Governance Smackdown. So how do these shiny new governance models stack up against each other? Let's dive into the details and see what makes each one unique and how they might shape our future. Well, it's a bit like comparing apples and oranges, and maybe a few pineapples for good measure. Each model has its own flavor, strengths, and weaknesses. The network state is all about building something new from the ground up, creating a community of shared values and goals. Imagine a society where everyone is connected through a digital network, working together towards common objectives. It's like the ambitious startup of the governance world. It's innovative, fresh, and full of potential. But like any startup, it comes with risks and uncertainties. Liquid democracy and participatory budgeting are more about tweaking the system we already have, giving citizens more power and control. These models aim to make governance more inclusive and responsive to the needs of the people. And technocracy? Well, that's the wild card. It's the radical cousin who shows up at family gatherings with crazy ideas and a questionable fashion sense. Technocracy relies on experts and data-driven decisions, which can be both a strength and a limitation. You never know what you're going to get, but it's always entertaining. Each of these governance models offers a different vision for the future, and it's up to us to decide which path we want to take. The choice is ours, and the possibilities are endless. Section 7. Real-world experiments, from Estonia's e-residency to Barcelona's citizen budget. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds great in theory, Stacey, but what about in practice? How do these concepts translate into real-world applications? Well, believe it or not, some of these ideas are already being tested in the real world. Take Estonia, for example. This small Baltic nation has become a pioneer in digital governance. They've gone all in on digital governance with their e-residency program, which allows anyone in the world to become a virtual citizen and enjoy the benefits of their tech-savvy system. This program offers a unique opportunity for entrepreneurs and freelancers to establish and manage a location-independent business. It's like a digital nomad's dream come true. Imagine running your business from a beach in Bali while being a virtual citizen of Estonia, accessing all the digital services you need. And then there's Barcelona, which has been experimenting with participatory budgeting since 2011. This initiative empowers citizens to have a direct say in how a portion of the city's budget is allocated. Citizens get to decide how a portion of the city's budget is spent, and it's actually been quite successful, leading to more green spaces, improved public transport, and even a new library. This approach has fostered a sense of community and engagement among residents. The new library, for instance, is not just a place for books, but a community hub where people can gather, learn, and share ideas. Who knew democracy could be so practical? These real-world experiments show that innovative governance models can lead to tangible benefits, making cities more livable and inclusive. As we look to the future, these examples from Estonia and Barcelona offer a glimpse into what is possible when technology and citizen participation come together. They remind us that the future of governance is not just about efficiency, but also about empowering people and building stronger communities. Section 8. The good, the bad, and the downright weird. Pros and cons of innovative governance. Of course, no system is perfect, and these new governance models come with their own set of challenges. On the plus side, they offer the potential for more transparency, participation, and responsiveness from our leaders, or should I say our fellow citizens. They could help us tackle complex global issues that traditional governments seem ill-equipped to handle. But there are also risks. What about accountability, security, and what happens when things go wrong? It's all well and good to talk about digital utopias, but we need to be prepared for the potential downsides as well. Section 9. The future of power. Will network states rule the world? So what does the future hold for these innovative governance models? Will we all be living in digital nations, ruled by algorithms and powered by blockchain? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing's for certain, the way we govern ourselves is changing. The old systems are creaking under the weight of 21st century problems, and there's a growing appetite for something different. Whether these new models will succeed or fail remains to be seen. But they're forcing us to rethink what governance could look like, and who gets to hold power. And that, my friends, is a conversation worth having. Section 10. So, should I pack my bags for a digital nation? Now I know what you're thinking. Should I ditch my passport and buy a one-way ticket to the metaverse? Hold your horses, cowboy. It's still early days. These new governance models are still in their experimental phase. There are a lot of kinks to iron out and challenges to overcome. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't be paying attention. Keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your mind ready for anything. This is a brave new world of governance, and it's just getting started. Section 11. The verdict: buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. The world of governance is in for a wild ride in the 21st century. We're on the cusp of a major shift, a reimagining of how we organize ourselves and make collective decisions. Whether it's network states, liquid democracy, or something else entirely, one thing is clear: the future of power is up for grabs. So buckle up, stay informed, and get ready to have your say. After all, it's our future we're talking about here.